Arise, riders of Theoden. Fell deeds awake. Fire and slaughter. Spear shall be shaken. Shield be splintered. A sword day, a red day. Ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now. Ride to Gondor. TRRS Sankara Solidarity from the Twitter mines.
Two. Two, check. Two. How's it going, folks? Hello. Anything interesting going on? Anything interesting going on? What is going to be a slow day? It's a slow news day. It's a slow news day today. You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
TRRSMRX.
It's a slow news day today. I think I might be back. By the way, thank you, Husker. Thanks, Husker, for the 25 months. Thanks, Ben Bang Boom, for the 26 months, Tier 1 as well. And thanks, Don Dark Zoni, for the 37 months. Thank you, Don Dark Zoni. I think I'm back. I think we're back. We may be back. All my followers are gone. What's my first tweet back?
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Congrats on getting through the ban. That must have been difficult. Treat yourself to some V-Bucks today. They have Imagine Dragons in the Fortnite store.
Thank you, Maxi, for 24 months. Thank you for 24 months. Please enjoy the 24-month, 2-year sub badge, Maxi. Shimmering golden. You deserve it. I did not know you. I'm here because Alejandra Caraballo said you were suspended from Twitter, and Jason Keyes said you were not a journalist. This caught my curiosity. Well, I'm definitely not a journalist. I mean, that is true. I'm going to cop to that. Did Glenn get me my account back? I don't know. Talk about ISIS. I could just say as my first tweet back that Israel does not have the right to exist. Maybe I could do that. That would be exciting. Yeah, that's the biggest bit of fake news out there. And I appreciate Alejandra for mentioning me there. It's nice to be mentioned. It's nice to be mentioned with all these heavy hitters. It's not nice to be referred to as a blogger. A blogger? I'm not a blogger. What the hell is this? Yeah, I'm back. I don't know. My account's back. This is all so fucking surreal. What a surreal day this was. What an absolutely surreal day. I mean, I woke up this morning and saw that my account was suspended, and I just assumed it was because of that ISIS thing. I just assumed that it was because I got community noted and it was some kind of disinformation thing, but it's like, people get community noted all the time. Elon Musk gets community noted all the time. You know? So I'm like for just spreading a little bit of disinformation, and it's not even really disinformation, really. Elon seems like the kind of guy that cares what Glenn Greenwald thinks. Yeah, no, I appreciate Glenn. Listen, I certainly don't always agree with Glenn Greenwald, but when he, count on me. When he puts me out there and suggests that I'm being silenced because of my beliefs, you can count
on your blogger.
I certainly appreciate that. You can count on your blog. You can count on your good old blogger to blog you through all this. You can count on good old Rob to blog you through all this. Did you say anything about Bill Ackman? Only once. Yesterday I wrote in Ackman's mentions that I asked whether him and his wife needed a safe space. And that was the only thing. When's the next Daily Kos post? I used to love Daily Kos, Hester. I'm sure you did too back in the day. Remember when Daily Kos was like the most left you could ever be? It was the most left you could ever possibly be. It was I read Daily Kos.
Use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Rob should make a blog and post the link for his first tweet back.
That's how serious this I am about this shit, okay? Or Crooks and Liars, that's a good one too. Joe, thank you for the 200 bits. We delivered so many roses to Nancy Pelosi. Exactly. Community notes are so bad they literally just cite Wikipedia as a source most of the time. Yeah, and the community notes in my tweet about that were just references to Wikipedia as well. Anyway, so I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, my Twitter account's been suspended. I just assumed it was because of that. I mean, I've had a lot of tweets about Palestine and obviously criticism of Israel over the last couple of months. So I just assumed it was because of that. You know, I just assumed that was the reason. But then it was very exciting. I realized I was caught up in this whole like purge. Klippenstein did deserve it. We gotta reban him. Sometimes you do have to hand it to Elon. He got that one right. Yeah, I was thinking it had to do with that as well. So I don't know. It was just kind of exciting. I don't know. You know, I'm in there with all these heavy hitters. It was pretty neat. I guess it means that I'm over the target, or it was just some like coke binge. Like Elon was on some kind of like amphetamine or coke binge, and just finally was like, I hate all these people. Get rid of these people. Now that you're back, it's sick that you got purged. I was fine with it. Seriously, it was like, whatever. Oh no, the worst thing that's going to happen to me, I can't post on X.com. Oh no, I've been freed from this prison. Oh no, what a tragedy. What an immense tragedy this is. The prodigal streamer returns. That's right. Who's heavier, me or Ken? Definitely me. Definitely me. Your drip too hard, your post too bad, your swag too different. Oh no. You immediately started posting on your other account. That's true. That is true. Well, that's the whole thing, is that it's like, it's kind of exciting. It gets maybe a few more it has the opposite effect as intended, you know? So it maybe gets some more eyeballs or ears on the stuff that I'm doing out there. So, yeah, that's fine. You know, I remember when I was on Fox News back in the day, and Alt-Tab Dads, I'm sorry, I didn't even say thank you. Thanks for the 11 months. Or I don't believe if I did. I don't know. I don't remember. So, yeah, when I was on Fox News back in the day, I was really stressed out. I went on there and I was, like, really stressed out. And, because, you know, it was like having a whole weekend of all, like, thousands of people yelling at me and, like, all kinds of getting death threats and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I really just, like, I'm tired of this. I don't want any more of this. I don't want to hear any more of this. And I talked to my brother at the time. I called my brother up. And he was just like, so many people that do what you do would, like, pay so much money to have the kind of promotion that you're getting right now. You know? And I really remember having this conversation with him. He's like, this is totally priceless. This is like priceless advertising for the stuff that you do. And I was like, yeah, that is true. That is true. So that's just like that's how I feel about it, you know? That's how I feel about it. Even if my account was permanently suspended, it's like, okay, like I'm being included in this list of like cool people who say good and correct things. So yeah, Joe, that's the article. And that article, that Fox News article that you just linked is one of the funniest things. It's one of the funniest things that has ever happened. That was actually one of the moments too, because I was stressed out about being on Fox News. But then when I saw the write-up, on that website, and I read that article. I was like, this is so funny. Like, every line of this is just so funny. Did Fox News call me a blogger? No, I don't know where this is coming from. I'm not a blogger. I don't blog. Area Man confirms he would, quote, serve crack before he serves his country. More at 11. Yeah, that's good. Cat ears aficionado. That would be good. They call you a writer and freelance journalist in the Fox News article, so maybe some leaps led to blogger. Like, come on. Come on now. Who do you piss off this time? I don't know. It seems to be... I really am not sure. I think it's possibly related to Bill Ackman, but I didn't even really tweet that much about the Bill Ackman thing. I talked about it a little bit on the podcast. I didn't really tweet about it that much. Just yesterday, I did ask on Twitter whether he and his wife needed a safe space. That's the one time that I had any interaction with Bill Ackman, or when I really even weighed in on that story. Was it the ISIS-Israel thing? Well, that's what I assumed when I woke up this morning and saw that St. Lotus, but I was included with like Ken and True Anon and the Squirrel account and that kind of stuff, so it wasn't just that. It seemed like a coordinated thing to it's such a weird thing to suspend a bunch of accounts like that en masse and then immediately undo it. Like, who the fuck what are you doing down there? What are you doing? Like, at least if you're going to make that kind of a decision, stick to it. I'm sure you could have found something to justify it. It's so weird to do a mass suspension of all these different accounts and then immediately undo it.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Give Rob freedom or give him death.
Yeah, don't give me death, though. I would prefer not. I would prefer that. I would prefer not. Thank you, Pathogen, for the 20 months of Tier 1. Elon was in a K-hole last night, and Bill Ackman sent him a list. Yeah, something. I don't know. I did respond to Will Summers. Will Summer reached out to me for a statement. Who was doing a piece on this in the Washington Post. And I had a scathing comment to Will Summer in the Washington Post. We'll see if it now makes it into it. Bit of static on the mic. Maybe it might be too loud. I'm not sure. Turn it down a touch. I'm not muted. That's not true. That is not true. It's funny because the site is so bad now that it doesn't even really work as a threat because barely anybody cares if they got deleted. Yeah, I don't know. It was exciting. It was cool. It's fun. I don't know. I'm like feuding with the world's richest man and these like billionaire dipshits. You know, that's fun. That's exciting. What did Hinkle do? Is Hinkle saying something? Wow, Hinkle. Even though I've clashed with Hinkle in the past, that's a man with principles. That's a man with principles. Jackson Hinkle stands up for what's right. In this case. Regardless of our differences. We've had our differences. Me and Jackson Hinkle. But when it comes down to it, Jackson goes to the mat for me. Thank you, Jackson Hinkle, for getting me reinstated on Twitter.com. Oh, wow. Look, I didn't realize Musk responded. Holy shit, this is so fun. This is so silly. This is just so silly. This is your monomyth moment. You could be the Luke to Musk's Death Star. I don't know. I really don't know. This is so ridiculous. So you have, look at this. Oh, this is so silly. Okay, so we have this tweet from... I'm sorry, folks. I'm having a hard time concentrating. My brain is just going crazy right now. There's too much weird shit going on in my life at the moment. My brain is in overload mode. I can't concentrate. I can't hold a thought in my mind for like longer than 5 seconds. So Jackson Nichols says, why are accounts critical of Israel being suspended? Tags Elon Musk with all the different accounts. And there he is. Look at that. I will investigate. Obviously, it's okay to be critical of anything, but it's not okay to call for extreme violence, as that is illegal. Apart from the UN exemption, where officials from countries recognized by the UN could say what they say at the UN. One was, I've never called for extreme violence. What about moderate? I've never called for extreme violence. Maybe moderate violence, maybe a little bit, maybe a small amount of minor, moderate violence. You know, nothing that serious. Just a small little hint of violence. That's all. What's the big problem with that? That police station during the BLM uprising deserved it too. Well, that goes into like calling for extreme violence. You'll notice though that you can go on X.com and you can unequivocally support U.S. foreign policy. You can say, I support the U.S.'s actions in Iraq or Afghanistan or Libya or Syria. Is that extreme violence? Yeah, I think it is. Yes, you can. You can certainly go on X.com and say, like, I support Israel unequivocally. Israel has a right to defend. If you go on Twitter and say Israel has a right to defend itself, you're supporting extreme violence. Israel has a right to do whatever it wants to in order to fight Hamas. If you say that, you're supporting extreme violence. You know? You can go and support the police. You can support all these inherently violent institutions, or you can support a political ideology that's inherently violent as well, that causes social murder. You can support a political ideology to suggest that people should have their benefits taken away, their unemployment, welfare, food stamps. You can support a political ideology where you just think people that aren't born with money in their bank accounts should just starve to death and die in the street. There's no issue with that. You can go on there and support open eugenics openly, which Elon Musk does like every day. I don't know what the proposed community notes are. It's this is just a screenshot. You know, but that's the question. Like, what does it mean to support extreme violence? You can certainly go on Twitter and say, like, I support an endless arms supply to these fascist militias that are defending Ukraine's democracy and sovereignty. I support continuing to turn eastern Ukraine into this never-ending meat grinder, just totally destabilized, filled with weapons. I go on there and support pumping weapons into eastern Ukraine and just flooding the entire country with weapons for these deranged extremist groups can get their hands on. You know, that's violent. That's extreme violence. You can back the blue. You know, the blue are that's violence. So I don't know, this whole thing about extreme violence. You know, it's extreme violence when you say from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That's extreme violence. Yeah, Robot Lunatic, I actually did try that. That was the first thing I tried. I was banned from Twitter for being a conservative ban appeal. That's right, I did. That was the first thing I did. I appealed my suspension and said, I suspect that I was being mass reported by leftists because of my anti-woke beliefs. Maybe that's the reason that I'm back now. I don't know. I'm sorry. There's something really funny about this interaction right now that I really enjoy. In general, suspensions should be even-handed. We are also very reluctant to have permanent suspensions, so people should expect a series of temporary suspensions that become longer, rather than instant permanent suspensions. And then the first comment, what happened to Bible time? What happened to Bible time? Let's get to the real heart of the matter here. What the fuck happened to Bible time account? But it's like a series of temporary suspensions that become longer rather than instant permanent suspensions. But what was the reason, though? Like, no one can explain that. What was the reason? Like, what is the reason? You can't really have this system where you have a series of temporary suspensions, but not tell people what the reason is for why it's happening. And he's really just going back and forth with Jackson Hinkle. Let me see. I want to see what he said here. Okay, for the record, I do not personally agree with your views. Nonetheless, the point of freedom of speech is allowing those whose views you disagree with to express those views. Well, then what's the problem here then? What's the problem? Even-handed means banning people your billionaire friend was crying about. That seems to be the reason. Diego, it seemed to be just for a few hours. I woke up this morning and saw that my Twitter account had been suspended, and there was no real reason for why that was. I just assumed it was over Palestine stuff. I mean, I've been waiting for whatever consequences are coming down the pike for doing the kind of commentary that I've been doing on that. So I just assumed that was the reason. And then I noticed that I was caught up with all these other big accounts. And then there was obviously a big outcry over it. People like Glenn Greenwald and Jackson Hinkle were talking about it. And now Elon's reversed it. This is how you run a company. It's really good to do it this way. I think this is the best way to run a company like this. Just arbitrarily make these decisions and then immediately undo the decision when everyone gets mad about it. Kenny Clips suspended. Rob Russo suspended. Jordan Ewell not suspended. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder if it was the Israel coordinates with ISIS tweet. Well, that's what I assumed this morning as well, because that was what had pissed people off so much over the last couple of days. and had gotten community noted and all that stuff. But like I said before, Elon Musk gets community noted all the time. He's always spreading misinformation. And again, talking about extreme violence, Elon Musk is going out there advocating for like eugenics, promoting like pro-Nazi kind of talking points, pro-fascist talking points. Elon Musk does this every fucking day. That's extreme violence. When you falsely create this impression that there's some kind of invasion of the United States by hordes of brown illegal immigrants from Mexico and Central and South America, and you promote a immigration system that violently confronts these people, and you falsely promote this conspiracy theory which Elon Musk has done recently. You falsely promote, you promote this false conspiracy theory about Jews helping to import hordes of immigrants from Central and South America and Mexico into the United States in order to like dilute demographics, which Elon Musk does all the time. You know, is that okay? Is that okay to do, I guess, on X, the everything app, the free speech platform? You know? Constantly engages with open fascists publicly on Twitter. And now I'm going to do the right-wing thing where I complain about being silenced despite not being silenced and having all my views echoed even further. Two can play at that game, right-wing guys. I don't think I should have just permitted that term from Doc Not So Strange. I think I did that without really looking at it. We can discuss the tunnel stuff. I think I would love to. I just feel like we got to stick on this for a little while. Sometimes I'd like to link to the NYCLU saying that it's okay to do violence to police officers who are doing brutality. Him Jim 3 says conservative voices are being silenced. I hope so. That would be cool, actually. That's something that I would support, frankly. I think we should silence more conservative voices. That's one of the central planks of my whole political ideology. I think we should silence them more. We don't silence conservatives nearly enough. It's a Lisa Kudrow bit from I don't remember where. Okay. Were there more accounts suspended at the same time that you know of besides the 6 or so? Not that I know of. No, it was like me, Alan McLeod, TrueAnon, the Squirrel account, and a couple more. I'm sorry, who's this guy? People are so mean to me. People are so mean to me online. Unbelievable. Look at this guy. Look at this. Who's this? First of all here, I'm 40 years old, okay? I'm 40 years old. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being 40 years old. It's in fact cool. It's cool to be 40, okay? It's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being 40 years old. So this is an attack. This is false information. This is misinformation. It's a good age. Thank you, Nashua. Thank you. Some are saying that 40 is the coolest age. I know many people say this. Many people say this. This dude should read my pinned tweet. I agree. And what is this Oons essays? I don't even know what that means. About how Israel works with ISIS. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for suggesting for maligning the integrity of Israeli intelligence. Oh no, not Mossad. How will Mossad ever recover from these accusations from Rob Rousseau, the Twitch streamer? How will they ever recover? Can you believe this outrageous accusation that Mossad might be involved in funding and arming and supporting extremist groups like ISIS? Oh, whoa, I'm so scandalized.
This is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found
this. How dare I ever suggest such an outrageous thing? Left flank vets, Marcus, thank you for the raid. Me and Marcus picked up a big win in Fortnite last night. A big duos win in Fortnite. It was very exciting. Nathan J. Robinson went after you. It's not Nathan J. Robinson, it's that guy El Supaju who hates me. I don't know. He's just there's this crew of like I don't even know how to describe them, like leftist, like shitposter types who just fucking hate me for whatever reason. So it's that guy. Thank you for the raid, Marcus. I appreciate it.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to.
I appreciate the raid. Thank you for that. It's not even beef. I just don't want to talk to that guy. It's honestly upsetting to me that like that person exists and like said some really fucked up shit about me. So it's not beef or anything. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. It makes me really uncomfortable to talk about. PM Godin, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. I became a big account on Twitter basically from talking about Bernie Sanders, which I guess just some people just really made them very upset. I got to a level of my Twitter account growing, and some of these people just got very, very upset that this like Canadian guy had a big Twitter account all of a sudden. So I don't know. Don't ask me to explain it. Anyway, I'm not 50 years old. I'm not 50, I'm 40 years old, and there's nothing wrong with being 40. There's nothing wrong with being a 40-year-old Twitch streamer, okay?
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Who dare talk slander against our Canadian worm god? TRRS Rob Knife Leapin 8 GTFO Potate 14 Rifle.
Thank you, Gald Greek, for the 200 bits, and our friend Gald Greek sent me a very nice birthday present. I gotta say, it was a combination very nice and very cruel birthday present. Some very nice books, which included a Rickroll birthday card that was also like a combination like glitter bomb that like glitter to explode all over my fucking hands and everything. But I'll take it, you know? I'll take it. We've been over this so many times. You as a Canadian need to sit down and listen to people of US lived experience. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my American friends. I see you and I hear you, and I'm trying to learn and grow and do better. That actually doesn't sound very nice. No, it's not. The books, I got some nice books, okay? And a DVD. So I accepted the glitter bomb as being part of that. There's nothing worse than an American complaining about Canadian criticism. Well, I think what we all know, though, is that if Canada was the global hegemon, if there's some kind of alternate history, and Canada was the global hegemon, culturally, economically, militarily, you know, and the things that happened in Canada and the Canadian government had all these like wide-ranging reverberations throughout the world, I'm sure all our American friends would say like, well, there's nothing we're just gonna have to politely sit down and observe all that without saying one thing about it. I'm sure all our American friends, that's what they would be doing. That's what they'd be doing. They'd say, "Oh boy, we better keep quiet about this." We don't live there. We don't live there, so we just can't say anything about it at all. So we're just going to politely listen. We're going to sit down and listen and learn. Americans are famously known for shutting up. That's right. And that's true, Benny. Famously, U.S. politics have no impact on any other country. Certainly not Canada either, as well. That's right, Benny. But thank you for joining the stream. Americans would silently watch their mandated hockey broadcasts and just deal with it. That's right. That's absolutely right. If there's one thing I know about Americans, is that they stay laser focused politically on what's happening in America, and anything outside of that, they don't talk about it. That's my one thing that I do understand.
Use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Here's to Twitch's oldest blogger.
Thank you, Bleep Lord, for the 300 bits. Certainly there must be some people that are older than me on here. There must be. There must be. In that alt history world, I guess the Confederacy wins the Civil War and turns the entire East Coast into a backwater slave country, and all the money flees to Canada. Yeah, that makes sense. For sure. And that's it. All the Americans would just say boop, 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 and just not ever comment on anything. We were all inspired that Rob is still plugging away in the autumn years of his life. 40 years old, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. All the people that make fun of my age too, guess what? You're going to be 40 as well. Okay? You're going to be 40 as well. There's all these people that are like, when I am that age, I'm not going to be posting on social media. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get to a certain age, and you're just going to close all your social. You're going to stop going on Twitter. You're going to stop talking about any of this stuff, right? You're just going to close it. Be like, no, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. I'm born in 83. I'll never be 40. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. What a silly day this is. I'm 50. I can only applaud Chuck Schumer. That's all you can do. Rob isn't that old. He hasn't even started going by Bob yet. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I would like to be some kind of serious commentator or journalist or whatever, but like no one invites me to do serious journalism into our media, you know? No one does this. That's why I have to go here.
Use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
I have to go to work soon, so unfortunately I won't be able to continue watching my favorite blogger.
Thank you, Vlad, for the 300 bits. Thank you for that. You know what I mean? It's like, believe me, I like doing my show. I like doing my live show here on Twitch every day. There's other, like, I would be happy to be doing this elsewhere where I had like a salary. You know, I had like a salary and benefits and vacation time, maybe some pharmaceutical stuff, you know? I would be happy with that. Unfortunately, this is the only avenue that's there for me. Like, I get it. Believe me. When I'm sitting here doing like silly dances and I'm doing whatever, all the other weird shit that I do on here, believe me, it's like there's other things that I would rather be doing. wearing cat ears. The Institute will get us there. That's my hope. That is my hope. What a silly day. Marty, thank you for the $6.90.
I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a 50-year-old blogger.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Marty. And also, like, while I'm here, while we're talking about this, if anyone does want to send tips this week, they're much appreciated. People were very helpful yesterday in supporting me with some tips, which was very, very much appreciated and was very helpful. If anyone else wants to tip me for the work that I do on here and the trauma that I have to go through doing this kind of commentary, being attacked and silenced by the world's richest man, being attacked by like Brooklyn podcast adjacent guys that don't like me even though I'm very nice, being attacked by all people across the ideological spectrum. This is the kind of shit that I have to deal with doing this kind of work. So if you want to support the work that I do, please, if you can, subscribe to this program, or you can tip as well. The tips are very, very valuable because that goes directly into my PayPal account, which is something that is very much needed at the moment. On top of that, I'm getting sassed. I get sassed by my own chatters. I don't want to do it. It's not a beef thing. I don't want to relitigate that. Seriously, it makes me very uncomfortable to talk about that aspect of it. It was very upsetting to me, honestly. But that's it. If you do want to support me in the work that I do, please, if you can, subscribe to the show or send a tip. It's all really, really helpful. And then glitter bombed by your own chat. I was really stunned by that. There's still a bunch of glitter. Like, I'm looking at it now. There's a bunch of glitter on the table. It was on my hands and shit. Is there video evidence of the glitter? No, I don't think so. I didn't take a picture. There is a big pile of glitter on my table right now, though, at this exact moment. I did see this. Yeah, we got some fan art. We got people doing fan art as well. That's exciting. Look at this. Oh, shit. Look at this. Not everyone is mean to me. Some people are supportive, you know? Thank you, Rye, for the 1337. Thank you for that.
Keep on blogging, Bloggerman. 50 years young and don't you forget it.
Thank you for that tip. I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't realize my music had been playing this whole time. I thought it had turned off. I guess it's okay. So yeah, just it was an exciting day. You know, it's invigorating. I don't know, like, do we need to stay on this? Like, you know, I don't know. I'm reinstated now, so maybe it's less exciting. I was expecting to do a whole, like, stream today where we talked about this issue. But now the whole thing seems to have been resolved. Do you have any 2024 election predictions? I think, like I've talked about Red Scary, I think that my thing about the US election in 2024 is that I just have no idea what's going to happen. Like, not only do I not have predictions, I literally don't know who either of the it's 8 months before the election. I don't know who either of the candidates are going to be. That's the truly amazing thing about this US election. Like, usually you have kind of some idea. I have no clue what's going to happen. Zero clue. You have predicted that Biden won't make it to the election. I think that's a soft prediction, yeah. But the thing is, I don't know. That's my general feeling. That's my general feeling, is that Biden will not run. But I don't know if that's an official prediction. My official thing is that I have no fucking idea what's going to happen.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
I was next month. Is that true? I didn't even know that. I was next month and no one even cares. Fair me, thanks for the 7 months of Prime. Yeah, well, it's like we all know that if there wasn't all this legal shit hanging over Trump, he would be the nominee, right? All the polling would. He's just so far and away ahead of everyone else in the polling. I think it's clear that he would be the next candidate. But is he going to run? Is he going to be allowed to? I don't know. And my question also is, if he's not allowed to run, if this legal challenge, if it leads to anything, if he does have any kind of consequences, if he's not able to run, what is going to happen then? He's like the most popular candidate in the race in both parties. He's like polling above Biden in most polls and polling above all Republicans in all those polls. So what's going to happen? Even if he deserves it, even if he deserves to be locked up, which I wouldn't disagree with. You know, he's certainly committed his fair share of serious crimes. That's why I said I think the time to lock Trump up was like January 8th, you know? That was the time to move on that kind of thing. If you're going to ban him from running or have some kind of consequences, that was the time. You can't really wait 4 years until right before the election and say like, okay, well now we're saying there's consequences. Like, that's going to be a big problem. You know? Regardless of what he did, whether he deserves it or not, it just looks politically motivated now. Unless you're attempting to stoke the fire for maximum effect. That's an interesting theory as well. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. It is a spectacle. It is a stupid spectacle, and it is asinine. That's another reason, though, that we can't look away from it. It's just this absurd circus, you know? It's just like, how can you not? It's wrestling, right? It's a carnival. It's a sideshow. It's a circus show. The whole thing. It even travels around the country. You travel around the country in a big caravan, bringing the freak show to all the different towns, you know? It's a beautiful American tradition on that level. It's Vince McMahon. It's P.T. Barnum. This is the kind of sideshow shit that built America. So the whole U.S. election cycle is part of that. But with the world's largest nuclear arsenal. That's right. Are we going to see a last-minute entrance into the race by Hill Dog? I hope so. I hope so. That's really my preferred outcome. My preferred outcome, if I had to choose, is Hillary versus Trump rematch. That's just for pure entertainment factor. Just for pure entertainment factor. There's no beating that. My God, is that Hillary Clinton's music? Should we stream the Royal Rumble in the Discord? Maybe. Yeah, maybe we should. What is that, Sunday? It's on Saturday. What is these Saturday pay-per-views? And Saturday I'm doing my show thing, so. Oh, January 27th. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Sure. Biden will run unless he physically can't, and then it's Hill Dog. But I think I feel like we're getting kind of signals from the party insiders that like they feel like Biden is sort of a dead man walking. Like they're looking at the polls, right? They're looking at the polls with young people and like especially who are just abandoning the Democratic Party in droves. Who else can run though? Gavin Newsom, maybe. Gavin Newsom steps in. They get past the point where there's any kind of a primary, so they avoids any kind of a like a Bernie type situation, and then you just slide someone in. You get a ringer to go in there. But this time the dead man walking is actually dead. Did you have an account banned on Twitter? I did, but apparently it's over now, so it's all resolved. I called in some favors with some of the big heavy hitters that I know. Oh yeah, I saw that as well. Banning the Hamas account because they call for the extinction of Israel. And even that is like saying a country doesn't have a right to exist doesn't mean that like you think that every single person should be killed. I don't think that. I don't think anyone thinks that. Even if you look in the Hamas charter, they specifically say, not that I defend Hamas in any way. Obviously, as you know. But they even make a distinction in their own charter about Zionism versus Judaism and specifically say that they don't have an issue with like Jewish people. Pronounce it correctly. Oh, I'm sorry. Hamas. I'm sorry. I apologize for not pronouncing it correctly. It's not like they're saying the whole country should be moved to the Congo or starve to death or anything like that. That's right. Yeah, which is apparently no problem. It's no problem to go out there on Twitter and make those kinds of claims. We've unsuspended your account. We're writing to let you know that we've unsuspended your account. We're sorry for the inconvenience, and we hope to see you back on X soon. Good. Look at that. Who says we can't agree to disagree?
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Did you see the anti-Semitism lawsuit against McMaster University? Scary stuff.
I did not see that, Norm. Thanks for the 17 months of Prime. I didn't see that there was a lawsuit. Obviously, we've been tracking a lot of the discourse about this kind of like the scourge of anti-Semitism on these university campuses.
is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
Hello, Lucid. Raiders. Lucid, thank you for the raid. We got a himbo raid here. Oh, boy.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
The Canadian rises.
Scoot, thanks for the prime. How many months was that? 17 months of prime. Thank you, Scoot. It's un-American Rob. Well, guilty as charged there. Guilty as charged there. I talked to my friend Elon for you. Thank you, Freems. I appreciate that. Someone had to talk him down. He was in a big K-hole last night and got a little upset. Someone had to talk some sense into the guy. Thanks again for the raid, Lucid. I appreciate all the raiders coming in here. I appreciate the raid from Lucid. Welcome in, folks. Thanks for joining. Jackson Hinkle swooped in to save the day. Exactly. That's my fault. I sold him the K
count
that
on me.
Created the hole.
Good old Rob to talk you through.
We all make mistakes. Thank you, Don Dark Sony, for the gifted sub. Thank you for that. Oh boy. Man. I had no idea how smooth Rob's voice is. Many people say this. Many people are saying this. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like, I agree. I don't agree with Jackson Hinkle about a lot of stuff. We've clashed before. It shows how principled Jackson Hinkle is, though, that he goes to bat for me. Despite the fact that we've had little clashes, okay? That's called having principles, okay? That's called having principles. We're always saying that about the Hinkler. Absolutely. $4.10. I'm just doing a little jape. We like to do japes on here sometimes. What's his deal? I cannot figure out his actual politics. I mean, he just seems to be an op to me. It's like, I don't want to Fed jacket people or whatever, but like, he was young, like a young political activist guy. He started in like the Parkland March for Our Lives, like anti-gun kind of activist group. He started there. He went into the climate movement and the Bernie movement. And then sometime after like 2020, had just his account just like exploded, got a blue check on Twitter, and became like a communist, like a free anti-imperialist communist account, which turned into like MAGA communist. March for Our Lives does sound like a pro-Israel rally, which then turned into like he's always doing like manosphere stuff almost. I don't even know what he's doing now, and now he's like a big anti-Israel influencer. But seems to be kind of like grifting off all the legitimate criticisms of Israel and all the support for Palestinians, and kind of grifting off of that to funnel people down this kind of reactionary sort of Tucker Carlson pipeline. Yeah, always a chauvinist. Yeah, he's kind of a Strasserite, or like he's like a LaRouche guy. He's a LaRouche guy. So who knows what he's up to? Kind of whatever is the big meme at the time, he just kind of latches onto that and then kind of grows his own account and then funnels people down this kind of path of reaction. He's a weird little man, it's true. And like he was critical of U.S. policy in Ukraine, but taking that all the way into like Russian chauvinism, like pure pro-Putin Z posting Russian chauvinist. I think he might be like religious now also. Something like that. I don't know. If you don't like his principles, he's got others. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, degenerate Western LGBT kind of screeds. Exactly. Yeah, the Western degeneracy, that kind of thing. The they-them army. Joe Brandon's they-them army, that kind of thing. Did you get banned from X? I got very briefly suspended. Along with a number of other journalists and commentators. And then Elon undid it all, I guess, after Jackson Hinkle told him to. That's the end of the story. It was very exciting. It was a very exciting morning, honestly. Sort of goes, hey, we should be socialist, and gets a hell yeah. Then workers of the world unite, and gets a hell yeah. And then women should actually be second-class citizens and attend to us in the kitchen, and gives the game away. Or is like, I'm a critic of Israel, but then I'm sure that he's also connected to those like Stop Zionist Hate accounts and Defund Israel accounts, which are just doing open like actual anti-Semitism, not the weaponized, cynical version of anti-Semitism that like Israel supporters talk about, where if you say like I support Palestine, they assume they call you like a fucking Nazi or whatever. But there's these like big accounts now that have popped up with those Twitter gold checks, so paying big money behind it and doing actual legitimate like anti-Jewish racism and taking that criticism of Israel and doing real anti-Semitism, like really saying like the Jews are responsible for this, and like the red pill, taking that kind of stuff. So I think that's part of the whole grift as well. Kind of like a national socialism. Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah, just a little bit. I dealt with an asshole like that yesterday. Yeah, and that's an important thing, David, right? Is that if we're going to have these conversations and we have to be completely unapologetic in our denunciation of Israel and our defense of Palestinians, but we can't tolerate any of that shit. Anyone that blurs that line and starts coming in here or anywhere else with kind of taking that actual viewpoint, when you actually try to take that very legitimate, righteous anger that we all have about Israel and try and turn that into like, though there's this Jewish conspiracy in the media or in politics or whatever, like we can't tolerate any of that shit. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate all the support. You're a very nice fella. Just scrolling my mentions right now on Twitter. It's pretty wild shit. So I don't know. I guess that's what Jackson Hinkle's all about. So when I was praising him there, I hope people understood that was a little tongue in cheek, and it was entirely based on my own self-interest. Rob is happy with makes me happy. I'm kind of happy, Orb Lady. I'm like, it makes me a little anxious, honestly. Like some of the shit that I mentioned before, anytime that like I have people talking about me, some really nasty and shitty people start talking about me, which makes me very uncomfortable. So that makes me less happy.
Count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Overall, though, it's been a pretty interesting day over here. Don Dark Sony, thanks for gifting a sub to our friend David Tovarish. Did you see that Corbyn is probably going to start a new party? Is centrist having an absolute meltdown? That would be really funny. Like, not only should Corbyn do that, I don't know how much truth there is to that. Corbyn absolutely should do that. The funniest thing is that British centrists started a new party. They started a new party because they didn't want to support Jeremy Corbyn when he was leading the Labour Party. You know? And they started a new party, and all these people were like, no, I will never support Corbyn. I will never vote for Labour. And they all helped Labour. They intentionally and openly sabotaged Corbyn. They intentionally and openly sabotaged Labour's chances for forming a government. And now they're all freaking. If he does do that and they freak out, it's going to be hilarious because they literally did that. They literally did that exact thing. They literally, quite like no exaggeration, they quite literally helped the Conservative Party win, and they helped destroy whatever was remaining of Corbyn's movement. And even people in their own party sabotaged. Even people that were claimed to be allies of Corbyn sabotaged him as well, putting him into this like Brexit thing. You know, this we want to. Instead of like going along with Brexit, which I think Corbyn was always kind of happy to do, forcing him to kind of relitigate that and alienated all the people that were in these like former working class strongholds who liked Brexit and didn't want to be part of the EU. Yeah, knowingly and intentionally for that purpose. So I think he should start a new party, and it would be hilarious. And all these people, I hope they take all their little tears and squeeze them into a little mug, and Jeremy Corbyn sips on it with his pinky finger extended like this. What the hell is even the platform of a new age centrist party? Do nothing now. Well, literally what it is, Rye, which is hilarious, is like, we need a new way of doing politics. We need a new way. And they're just promoting like Clintonism. They're just promoting Blairism. They're just promoting neoliberalism. What if we could have a conservative party that was economically conservative, but said some nice progressive things about certain social issues without acting on it? Has anyone tried that? That's literally what it was. We need a new way of doing things, and just going back to the late 90s. Like, that's all it ever was. Let's just do what the Democrats and the Labour Party were doing in the late 90s, and like that's what we're doing. Sorry you got banned. I didn't get banned. I'm not banned. Everything's all right now. Such lib shit to demand party discipline to the left, but we'll do whatever the fuck whenever someone suggests expanding the social safety net. Exactly, Orb Lady. And, yeah, you need full party discipline, exactly. And the thing is with Corbyn, he did everything the right way. Like, what do they say? Don't protest, don't boycott, don't do this, don't do that. You have to run for something. Run in an election. If you want to if you want to make the Labour Party more progressive, run for the leadership of the Labour Party. And someone just does all that.
Count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
They do all the things that they say to do, you know. And he democratically, totally legitimately takes over the Labour Party, delivers them their best election result since the late 90s, almost forms government. They came so close to forming the government in that election in 2017. So they literally do. We work within the system, right? That's what they say to do. Work within the system. You want to take over the Labour Party, then vote, and then run for something, and then run for Labour leadership. And he does that, and he wins. And he has this really amazing, inspiring platform that gets young people around the country excited to vote for the Labour Party. Not only excited to vote for the Labour Party, but excited to go out and knock doors and talk to people about the Labour Party. Not even something radical. It's a basic, like, social democratic program that had and the thing that was inexcusable was had an element of anti-imperialism and internationalism and support for Palestinians specifically. And that's what they can't have. That's what they can't tolerate. And they did everything that they could to destroy him. They destroyed him in the media. His own people in his own party were going after him. His own allies were going after him. And that's what it was. That's what it was. And that's it. Now, if he is talking about starting a new party, all these people are going to piss their pants and freak the fuck out over it. Diego, thank you for another gifted sub. I appreciate that, Diego. I don't think we watched all of the labor files, but it is so damning. And remember how scandalous it was? Like, you couldn't call it a scam. Remember, like, when that stuff was going on? There's so many people in independent media in Britain, that even people that I respect a lot, that had these progressive values and even tried to support Corbyn, but you couldn't say, like, oh, this is a scam. This is a scam. This is all bullshit. This whole anti-Semitism scandal, it's complete smear job, cooked up bullshit. And they all had to try to play the game, and they all had to be like, well, we support Corbyn, but we do need to take these allegations seriously, and we need to root out this. We need to take this really serious accusations that people are making in good faith. We need to take that seriously, and we need to, attack this problem and show people how sorry we are. We've got to apologize every day. Once is not enough. Don't apologize once. You apologize every single day. And that's what these people did. And it's just, they got fucking hammered. That's the whole movement. It got destroyed like that. And that's what taught me personally. That's what taught me when these bad faith smears start coming out. You just got to say, fuck you. And you don't give them 1 inch, 1 millimeter. You don't give them 1 millimeter. You say, you apologize to me. How about that? That's what you say. And you purge the fuck out of everyone that's not on board. Oh, you're not on board? Purged. Oh, but they're doing Stalinist purges. They're doing Stalinist purges. Yes, we're doing Stalinist purges. Purge their asses. That's what I learned from following the Corbyn movement. And what happened to it. It's such a double standard. Yeah, because now the purges are going on when the people that were crying about purges are in charge. And now they're doing the purges. They purged Corbyn himself. Yeah, in the UK, it's probably Trotskyists doing Stalinist purges. We'll take what we can get here in the West. We'll take what we can get. No, I remember Ropes Indeed, and I remember, well, we watched, it's insane when you watch it, and all the shit about anti-Semitism and Jewish voices being silenced. All the people that were being silenced were like Jewish supporters of Corbyn. And they were the ones being silenced and purged and smeared and lied about. So this is what I learned from that. If you are going to try and change things from the inside, you can't tolerate any of that stuff. And you can't give them 1 millimeter. Don't apologize. Don't back down. Never play defense. It's something that when I do my commentary that I do, it's something that I've tried to internalize as well. What do you gain? What do you gain by apologizing to these people that are not being serious? They're bad faith. What do you gain from apologizing? All you do is you tell them explicitly, oh, we have something that can hurt this guy. We have something that can hurt this guy now. And then they double down and triple down and quadruple down on it. That's the thing, Regime Pilled. Like, people have said all kinds of shit about me based on my tweets from October 7th and beyond. October 7th, when I woke up in the morning and I saw images of the Gaza prison fence being bulldozed, and I was like, hell yeah, this rocks. I love this. There was that part of me, the inner liberal of me, was like, oh, maybe once all the propaganda started and all the narratives started about the music festival and all that stuff, I had that inner liberal saying like, ooh, maybe you should delete some tweets, or maybe you should apologize for some of that stuff or equivocate but it's like, why though? Why do that? What does that solve? You must not succumb to your inner liberal. I think this is a lesson that I've had to learn. And it's hard when there's hundreds or thousands of people calling you a Jew hater or an anti-Semite or whatever it is, saying you support terrorism, you support murder, genocide, all this stuff, which is ironic because all these people are the ones that actually do support genocide. Yeah, purge your inner liberal. That's right. Those are the people that have to be purged. What did it get into a red lawsuit? Just some bullshit. I don't know. I say true things that upset a lot of people. I say true things online that upset people, and I get in trouble over it sometimes. Thank you, Kate. I will. It's like that episode of Seinfeld. I'm going to convert just so I can criticize Israel. And you know what? I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I didn't apologize. I'm glad that I kept those tweets up. Especially as all the information that has come out, which we should all expect, that the narrative that was being promoted about what happened that day has completely shifted. And all of a sudden, there's all kinds of information going on about who was being truly violent on that day. Or who, at the very least, contributed heavily to the violence that happened. Yeah, Hedidi, that's kind of what I tell myself. Stick to your core values. History will absolve you. Why should we bother to reply to Kotsky? We'd reply to us. We'd have to reply to his reply. There's no end to that. It'll be quite enough for us to announce that Kotsky is a traitor to the working class, and everyone will understand anything. I mean, it's just... That's why he's the man. That's why he was the man for his time and place. I actually saw a tweet that on this level, on this subject, that I thought was really interesting. Where's my... Why is it like that?
No, I don't.
Why the fuck is it like that? This really spoke to me. This is an iconic TikTok video here. This really spoke to me.
Yeah, but don't you condemn Hamas? No, I don't. I did it first after October 7th, and then the more that I've learned, I take that back. I do not condemn them. Thanks for asking. Hope that helps.
You know? That's why I think it was, even though like you can track my whole political trajectory from all the things that I've written over the years and the podcasting that I've been doing, and I was very much on board with this idea of like incrementalism, working within the system. Bernie, Corbyn, I was like, this is the way you do it. You just run people in these big parties and you slowly kind of build power. You do everything the right way. And like that's what I mean. Getting to the position that I'm in now hasn't been as a result of like trying to be a contrarian or trying to be an ultra leftist or trying to do this or that. It's just was following those things and believing fervently that this idea was possible, and then seeing what happened with Bernie and with Corbyn and being like, I guess that's not really the way you do it. I guess that's what happens when you try to play ball, when you try to give in to these people and you try to play the respectability game. And if your beliefs are what got you here, then what good was your beliefs? That's right. Yeah. Yeah, look how they did India Walton, for sure. Bernie and Corbyn demonstrated the failure of that approach. Like, I don't think it was bad to try, but it would be stupid to try again. Yeah. Or, like I said, if you're going to try again, it has to be with this uncompromising attitude, this uncompromising mentality. No apologies, no surrender. We got to go hard. We got to go hard in the paint. When we speak truth and have a revolutionary mindset, we get attacked by people who wish to keep the genocide and racism going. Yeah, ultimately, right, Lasu, it's people that are continuing to benefit from having that status quo in place. Yeah, do need to play dirty. Absolutely. I think there's a mindset instill in some leftists of I shouldn't stoop to their level. Bestie, that will not stop them from starving and killing you. I think we should stoop to their even lower than their level. How about that? We can go further. We can go deeper.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Thank you, Hadid, ILY Hadidi. Thanks for the 2 months of Prime. I appreciate it. I still have lost all my followers on Twitter. I've gained a few. I wonder if that's going to be restored. I was finally starting to gain followers again after basically 4 years of stagnation. Rob, as a liberal, stooping to their level makes you as bad as the fascists. Arming and working with them, that's okay. Sending them weapons is okay. Sending them weapons in Ukraine is okay. Working with them to pass legislation, that's fine. I can stoop so low, dude. You don't even know. Cracking knuckles. Ready to post more. Jesus. What a day. Just want to point out that there's some people who came to be leftists because they gain what they think is clout from attacking other leftists, sadly. Yeah, and it's really, annoying and probably not very helpful. They do seem like very happy people, it's true. one of those what's the goal there things. Well, I think for some people it seemed to be like actually caring about anything is cringe or whatever, which is the ultimate sin. It's the ultimate sin to like actually believe in this stuff or to care at all. It's cringe to do. And people, you can only ever like appreciate, like talk about this stuff if it's through this lens of like ironic detachment. And anytime you're sincere about anything, well, that's cringe, and that's a problem. I'm left just for all the job opportunities it opens up, for sure, yeah. It's been great for my career prospects. I'm here dancing for slubs on twitch.tv. It is the South Park generation. It is the South Park brain rot. If you are watching today and you're not following, if you're like a new viewer, please also smash the follow button. I probably should have reminded people on the couple of raids that I got in there. My brain's a little filled with all kinds of different thoughts right now, but please follow if you can. I'm getting close to 10K here on Twitch. That's exciting.
All this.
Top Scruffy, thanks for the 33 months of Tier 1. And if you do want to support the show with a sub or a gifted sub or bits or a tip as well, which again is very much needed and necessary this week, that's also very helpful, something I appreciate a lot. I'm going to keep on just like giving slight proddings for people to support this channel if they can. Join the Discord in case of further persecution.
You can count on me.
That's right.
And have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Smash that Prime sub, y'all.
Fox on the wall, thanks for 3 months of Prime. Give us a slight prodding. Vice referred to you as a podcast. I mean, I guess that's acceptable. I do have a podcast. Sorry. I'm sorry for the prodding. I apologize. Blocker. I mean, it is funny.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Giving billionaire bucks to fight against billionaire bucks.
Thank you, Technomancy, for the 12 months of Prime. 1 entire year. Congratulations on the 1 year sub badge. Thank you, Technomancy. I appreciate it. Twitter is a micro-blogging platform. I guess that is true. But I do other stuff. That's not my primary thing. What is Twitter if not a blog of all our mental illnesses? Well, that's certainly true. I suppose. I found Stream a while ago because of the podcast. That's good. Thank you for the 1337. That's the elite number.
Trans rights.
We got a hacker. We got a hacker in the chat. Wow. Rob Blog Bluso Rousseau. That's what they call me. I have mentally ill friends and they are amazing people. Can't really say that about Twitter. That's true. I mean, There's certainly no judgment intended. I'm super mentally ill. Let's be real here. We all remember some of this shit that I was talking about earlier in the stream yesterday. I was getting kind of dark on here. I was getting a little bit dark on here talking about some of that stuff. Yeah, I meant that as a fellow mentally illnesser. Good. Blogbo Blabgins. Good. Does the tip reader block bad words now? Not sure if that was ever fixed. I believe so. I believe so. The last couple of years have really showed me how mental illness is so goddamn relative to your historical and material circumstances. I mean, it is true that, like, a lot of my worst fears and anxieties would be resolved by just, like, being able to pay my bills and not really being stressed out about that. Hello, Cosmopolitics. I'm here. I'm free. Okay, it's all right. Let's be honest, being that much online requires some sort of mental problem. Absolutely, I would cop to that, definitely. What did I do? I just spoke the truth, Grom. I just spoke the truth. That's all.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Plunger Man, thanks for the gifted sub to Cosmopolitics.
I think I'm going crazy. You're not going crazy, Arthur. You're going sane in a crazy world.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That squirrel account was stating it was probably Ackman's doing. And I only ever tweeted about Ackman once. Like, I was even ignoring most of that shit just because, like, I don't... You end up getting in this thing where it's like you start, like, defending Harvard or whatever. And it's like, I don't... Even though I understand that it's a witch hunt and it's you know, vile, I don't need to, like, defend the president of Harvard, you know? Who is not even like a supporter of Palestine. And I talked about stuff when those hearings were going on about how all those Ivy League presidents couldn't answer this basic question. Would you tolerate calls for genocide on your college campuses? And none of them could just say, no, it's not tolerated. They all had to give this like bullshit equivocation academia answer, you know, rather than just saying, no, of course we don't have calls for genocide on our campus. Of course you don't. Because they didn't want to, like, upset anybody. They wanted to throw their students under the bus, but also, like, kind of have some kind of wiggle room there. Yeah, she just wasn't Zionist enough. Exactly. Like, just say, of course you can't call for genocide. And that's not what those protests are doing. Simple. There's a simple way to answer that question. Instead, they all looked foolish. Instead, you had this, like, obviously, like, reactionary person asking these bad faith questions. Do you support these calls for genocide? And instead of just saying, no, I don't support them, they're all going, and it's just like, yeah, this is a really good answer. You look really good in this situation. So I just didn't care that much. But I do think that Ackman guy is like a ridiculous person and a piece of shit. And I did ask yesterday if he and his wife needed a safe space. So I thought maybe that was part of it. The funniest thing about Claudine Gay is that her area of academic expertise is supposed to be the American political system and racism in the post-civil rights era. And she couldn't read the political room when she got called for that hearing. Like, this is what you've worked your whole career for, right? To put yourself in that position. And I'm sorry, but she kind of blew it. I think it sucks that, you know, the first black woman president of Harvard got shit-canned and smeared and replaced with some even more deranged Zionist, but, like, that's what you work your whole life to be in that position for. So when you're in those hearings, you have an opportunity to actually like use all that knowledge in a constructive way, and she blew it. I'm sorry. Norm would never. No, exactly. And that's what I mean about this whole thing I was saying before, but the no apologies and no playing defense. Like, just defend the students that are doing pro-Palestine protests on your campus. And say, period. They're not calling for genocide, period. Yeah, and Kwame Ture, and he would have torn them up if he was in that room, and that's exactly why I still believe that they got him with the cancer gun. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to cover those South Africa hearings for sure. I will say, I don't know if this is going to make it into this piece or whatever. Will Summer, I think, was writing something for the Washington Post about what happened on Twitter today. And he asked me a couple of questions about what was going on. And I said, hey, Will, thanks for reaching out. Not sure what the reason was behind the suspension. I didn't receive any information about what specific tweet caused it, how long it will be, etc. I have tweeted a lot about Palestine, and I've been very critical of Israel over the last few months, so I'm assuming it has something to do with that. I didn't tweet about the TrueAnon board game. I mostly ignored the Ackman stuff, though I did inquire whether he and his wife needed some kind of safe space yesterday. And I do think he's a ridiculous person, and his obsessive, anti-democratic, anti-free speech efforts to silence Palestinian activism on university campuses is an absurd farce. That was my statement to Will Summer at the Washington Post. We'll see if that makes it in there. Yeah, those university presidents relied on major PR firms to handle their talking points, and it backfired badly. PR sector in shambles. What fucking high-powered PR agency is telling you, oh yeah, when they ask you if calls for genocide are allowed on your university campuses, the PR geniuses are like, don't just say no. That's the genius of these well-paid, high-powered PR firms. No. Definitely when someone asks that question, you should have some kind of bullshit non-answer, academic garbage. Like, yeah, great idea. That really worked out really well for her. For the ad wizards that came up with that one. It's so easy. Do you support calls for genocide on the campus? No. No, those are not allowed. But these pro-Palestinian students are going out and saying these slogans. Don't care. They're not calling for genocide, period. That's the end of the story. What's the next question? The presidents didn't understand that they were called in there to be the cardboard cutout for the congressional rep to yell at and then put the clip in their fundraising ads. Yeah, absolutely. Like who... I don't know. It was just so stupid. The whole thing was so stupid. I had to go to Reddit to learn that you got banned from Twitter. I'm not banned.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good
I'm back on Twitter. The whole thing's been resolved. Thank you, Jackson Hinkle.
Too much school is bad. There's a sweet spot.
Thank you, JW Grimey, for the 14 months of Prime. No, that's alcoholic corn. That's exactly what it comes down to. She just didn't want to have to say from the river to the sea isn't a call for genocide. That's exactly right. And that's why I don't really have much sympathy. Because she wasn't able to do that. She was too scared to do that. And like I said, that's what your whole career is supposed to be about. You're in a moment where you can take a fucking stand for something that's true and good. And she blew it. I'm sorry. Yeah, and you're exactly right, Mistress of Insanity. Anon, thanks for the 1337. Thank you, Anon. I'll get to your comment in one sec.
Please add this to the Rob Freeze Peach Chicken Nugget Fund. No nuggies for Jeff Bezos because he sucks. No nuggies for Elon either because he got kicked out of PayPal for going bald. Thanks Rob for posting on the things that matter. Free Palestine.
Thank you, Anon, for that. Thank you. That was very kind of you. No, but this is exactly right. From my friend Mistress of Insanity. Not defending them, but they Why is it? They probably were afraid to take a firm stance on it because they didn't want to get fired, but they did anyway, which happens every fucking time. Exactly. Like, exactly. How did that it's a bold strategy. How did that work out for you? And regardless of the optics, whether you're so afraid to defend the phrase "from the river to the sea," oh my goodness, she wasn't fired. She just stepped back into her role as dean, making $900K a year. See there, she's fine. She's doing fine. It's so scary to say "from the river to the sea" isn't a call for genocide. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so scary. But then they say, like, do you support having calls for genocide on your campus? And instead of just saying no, she says, and just like, yeah, that's way better for sure. It's way better. You look really good now. So stupid. I should just post a really banal tweet right now. Like, what's a banal food take that I could have? I think that would probably be the funniest thing that I could tweet right now. I'm going to think about that. Pineapple on pizza. That would tear the whole website apart right now. Here's the discourse that's going to really set the world on fire here. This is the man that they tried to silence. I have had Borden, I have had a Cosmic Crisp before. Only once. I only saw Cosmic Crisp Cosmic Crisp at the grocery store one time, and I got them and I really enjoyed them. And I've never seen them again. It was like a one-time deal. It was a one-time deal. I've never seen those Cosmic Crisps again. Mistress of Insanity saying opals. I don't know if I've ever had an opal. Maybe I have. I don't know. They're yellow and the most apple-tasting apple ever. Was it you that I was talking about that with, Mistress of Insanity? About the origins of the Cosmic Crisp? Which was like a cross between a Honey Crisp and like, it was something like a Galaxy something. Or like a Star Trek reference or something. It was like another space-themed apple that was crossed with a Honey Crisp. It's a Honeycrisp hybrid. That's right, yeah. What's the grapple representation? I have never had a grapple. I have never once had a grapple. I think there's papples as well. We don't get these like hybrid eugenics fruits in Canada. There's probably some kind of law preventing that. There's a papple as well. Wikipedia says Enterprise apple, so that's the thing. Enterprise is the spaceship from Star Trek. So that's why it became the Cosmic Crisp. A grapple is an apple that's genetically modified to taste like a grape. No, I've never had that, but I'm very interested in it, though. I'm very interested in that. I do like those cotton candy grapes. Those are good. They really, those motherfuckers do taste like cotton candy. It's true. Oh, you know what? By the way, speaking of beefs, I did confront today a certain Ugopnik of the Deprogram podcast, who, as you'll recall, referred to me as Rob Russet in his video about the Twitch pipeline. And he reached out. Ugopnik was being very, very helpful and was supporting me, which I appreciated. And he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, anything we can do?" And I was like, "Well, now that you mention it, you could not refer to me as Rob Russet." But he did correct me. It was a weird correction. Let's see if you buy this. Okay, let's see if you buy this. So he said Rob Russ. He said, oh no, I meant to say Rob Russ. I said Rob Russ at TRRS. And the captions converted it to Russet. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, what is Rob Russ? What is that? What's going on with that? Well, and that's true. He said it was a language barrier thing. He was like, he said language barrier thing. I thought it was short for Rousseau. The man just hates French people, and that's what I said. I was like, you know what? It's actually okay. It's good and proper to disrespect the French, so I'm going to let you off the hook. But that's a little tidbit. That was exciting as well. Oh, hello. Is this political prisoner?
You
Rob
can count
Rousseau?
on me.
That's
You're
right.
going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Diego, thank you for another gifted sub and for all the support. Eric, I was silenced for truth. I've been silenced for truth. What an exciting day this is. Jeez. I came back because I saw Rob's tweet about Honeycrisp, and that's the kind of streamer that I want to watch. Thank you, G Kleppy. He abides by Hakim's rule to never use French, as everyone knows French is a waste of time. I mean, that's true. That's absolutely right. Maybe I should try and angle for an appearance on the pod. Maybe I can take his guilt for mispronouncing my name and turn it into a pod appearance. That's called marketing, folks. That's a little thing called marketing. Turning guilt into clout. That's right. Oh, followers restored. Did they give any reason for your ban? No reason at all. Yeah, and okay, so someone mentioned this a few minutes ago, and sorry, I forgot to read the comment. I apologize. I don't know who it was. But apparently Elon is saying something about like a bot thing? We do... Oh, Elon, you're such a liar. Weasley fucking liar, dude. Weasley fucking... Look at this guy. Can you believe this motherfucker? Come on, Elon. What a lie. What a Weasley fucking liar, dude. We do sweeps for scam accounts, and sometimes real accounts get caught up in them. Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened, Elon. You liar. You fucking liar, sir. Don't lie. Just fucking admit it. You know? If you're gonna wield the ban hammer, it's your website. Just be like, yeah, I don't like them. I ban them. Like, I would respect that. You know? I would respect that. Just say, I don't like them. They say things that I don't like. They insulted Bill Ackman. They said that Israel doesn't have a right to exist, and I banned them. Just say that. You know? What a loser. It's just loser shit. You overspend on this fucking stupid website by tens of billions of dollars so you can be the boss. You're the big boss man. You're the big boss man on Twitter now. You own the whole website. You just fucking ban people then if you don't like them. We were doing sweeps for spam accounts. What a liar. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. But then he couldn't pretend that he supports free speech. Well, he has the built-in excuse about calls for genocide or whatever, even though we all know it's bullshit. He could just say that. Even the blue check top reply. No, that guy's cool, though. Tariq is cool. He's like, he was on Breakthrough News a few weeks ago. He's one of the good blue checks. Love the Streisand effect from it. Well, that's exactly why I wasn't like freaking out too much over it. You know, I just assumed that it was like, you know, it's kind of exciting. I get included in this list of heavy hitters, you know, these big time accounts and journalists and stuff. Everyone's out there talking about me. It's a little weird, but like, yeah, it's like, that's why I was not like too broken up over it. Aren't blue check marks whitelisted from the not bot sweeps? It makes no sense. Well, I don't have a blue check mark anymore because I don't pay for Twitter, number one. But it's all the bots have blue checks now. So I would imagine not, because I always see bot blue check accounts constantly. Would have thought we'd hit the sub goal by now. I mean, that would have been nice, Stackadoon, but hey, it's whatever. You know, who's even counting? Who's even counting? I'm barely even paying attention. Well, we didn't hit it? Oh wow, I'm just seeing that now. You're just telling me now for the first time. Barely even noticed. apparently his excuse for everyone paying for Twitter was to stop the bots. Meanwhile, almost all those drop shipping ads run by bots are blue check and paying for adverts. The idea that like a bot would never pay $10 for whatever it is for Twitter. Oh, you mean we can just pay $10 a month and we can do all the spam that we want and all the bot stuff that we want? Oh, great. That's a great deal, actually. Like, that's what all these people said. Rob's silence, much like Marty on Blue Sky or Jesus in the Bible. Exactly. I've been saying this. Elon. What a Weasley little liar, dude. Come on, sir. You should threaten Elon with the face the wall Ernest P. Worrell meme. What about that? It's so funny that that's what you got banned for on Blue Sky, Marty. That's great. That's great stuff. I love that. I tried to support you, Marty. You remember, I had your back. I was trying to swing my weight around there. He's such a fucking liar. And then the insane press conference he did where he told Bob Iger to go fuck himself. What a stupid time to be alive. Apparently, I saw a leaked news story about how he did some kind of like all hands SpaceX meeting, and they were all just like, "What is this guy talking about?" He was just like on drugs and just like rambling. It's good that this is the most richest man in the world. It just has a free supply of billions of dollars of subsidies from the U.S. government. That's great. Just this paranoid, insecure, cokehead loser. Let's give this guy billions of dollars of subsidies from the U.S. government. Please, this man, we need this guy. Unusually incoherent, that's right. This monorail bitch. Exactly, I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a while now. A bot would never pay a one-time fee to spam ads.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Mr. Business Genius. DJ Tom Hanks, thanks for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. 4 gifted subs in the channel. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say, DJ Tom Hanks, that you are an elite member of the Friendship Triangle community. I'm going to grandfather you in. I just noticed that the EV tax credit covers a very small number of cars in the US and is basically a direct subsidy for selling overpriced Teslas. I'm really hoping to eventually get one of those Chinese EVs and get a subsidy for that. What is it? Is it like BYD? BYD, that's right. I'm getting one of those bad boys. I'd like to get one of those Chinese, what do you call it, citizenships? Yeah, that would be nice as well. That's phase 2. Yeah, Tesla's getting demolished by China and BYD. And if there is like a free market and we're able to freely purchase Chinese EVs here, they're going to get demolished here as well. They're really cheap too, which is good for me because I am broke. Well, it depends, Lamport, because you say Chinese cars are specifically excluded from tax credits. They don't even cover German, Japanese, or South Korean cars. In Canada, it might be different. It might be a little bit different. It didn't really hit me how much money and power we're giving Elon until Starlink flew over my home, so I hit up a map to track it and saw the number of satellites we've paid for. And again, Husker, it's like, What is his involvement in this? What do we need this guy for? Why can't the state just pay for the satellites and do this shit? Why do you need this asshole moron who doesn't even understand anything about rocketry or EVs or engineering? He has none of that knowledge. What do we need this guy for? Why can't the state just pay for this shit?
And have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
We don't need him.
Thank you, Squatch, for the 33 months resub at tier 2. Thank you, Squatch. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's insane. What does he do? What would you say you do here? You know, the Office Space thing? Why can't the state just make EVs? Why can't the state just have a space program? Why do we have to have it subsidized through SpaceX? We used to have an actual space program. Why can't we just use that? Why are we giving subsidies to this fucking loser to control these industries? It's stupid. I hate this public-private partnership bullshit. And if you're going to do that, do it like China does it, where you take the private interests and you take their money and then you subsidize the fucking profits. You subsidize the product. Privately subsidized, publicly profitable. How about that? Have we tried that? We're always doing the other way. We love the publicly subsidized, privately profitable. Have we tried reversing that? Let's put our thing down, flip it, and reverse it. And we're going to have things that are privately subsidized and publicly profitable. How about that? What do we have? What is this guy for? What is he doing? We have the Apple TV show For All Mankind instead of a space program now. Good. Yeah, no, that's great. God, it just drives me crazy. It's so stupid. No, but SpaceX has all these really great engineers and they do this and that. Okay, great. Well, just hire the engineers for the state. For your state-sponsored space program. Why do you need this guy? What is he bringing to the table? Except being a constant source of embarrassment for everyone involved. And you can talk about, okay, so Alcoholic Horn says it was always like that. NASA doesn't build rockets, Boeing and others build the Saturn V, for instance. Like, there's elements of that, but that's what I mean. It's like that was all being coordinated through the state and through NASA. There wasn't like the Boeing CEO being front and center all that and making all the decisions about what to do. Right? That was a public institution that was controlling those and making those decisions. And yeah, but I think those private weapons manufacturers should be nationalized as well, and rocket manufacturers. I heard the deep state shut you down for being a true patriot. Welcome back, brother. Thank you, ML Thoughdism. They tried to silence me because of my anti-woke beliefs.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
You're my favorite scam stream.
Thank you, Sir Brain Damage, for the 22 months of Tier 1. Thank you. Nothing can possibly work unless you have a dumb rich guy, white middleman, skimming all the profits and contributing nothing, Rob. That's capitalism. What a stupid economic system this is. Oh my God. So annoying. Did you talk about the Max 9 door thing yet? What is that, Dakadoon?
This is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
Gremlo, thanks for the raid. Thank you for the raid, Gremlo. Hello, it's me, Rob. Welcome in, Raiders. Bring it in here. Thank you for joining. Please smash the follow button if you can. Please smash the follow button. Costs nothing at all. Takes about 5 seconds out of your day to just smash the follow button. And as you can see from the headline, I never know what direction. I've been silenced. You can tell that I've been silenced from the fact that I'm here speaking into this microphone, and you can hear the words that I'm saying.
Count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
So if you want to fight back against cancel culture and wokeness, you got to follow this channel.
You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Pith badge, yay.
June Song 91, thanks for 13 months of Prime. And thanks Ms. Squatch as well for the 24 months of Tier 1. 2 entire years. Shimmering golden 2-year sub badge for our friend Ms. Squatch. Thank you for that. Is this famous podcaster and Elon Musk enemy Rob Rousseau? That's right, that's me. That is me. And yes, Eric, that's exactly right. Did my account just get unbanned without explanation and everything's back to normal? That's right. Yes. That's exactly correct. All 500 of us can confirm that Rob has been silenced and is unable to speak publicly. Absolutely. Nice to meet you. Glad you got your account back. Thank you, Crafting Cherry. It's nice to meet you too. How was the Gremlo stream today? Was it good? I hope it was a good one. I've had an exciting day over here. I've been having an exciting day over in Rob HQ. What a thrill. I've been silenced and muted. That's right. If I'm muted right now, I hope you understand. Here for the banned Twitter content. This is exactly where you get the really subversive takes. The really dangerous ideas. That's why they can't have me on there. My dangerous ideas. Is it weird having Jackson Hinkle be on your defense? Yes, absolutely. It's weird to see a conversation between Jackson Hinkle and Elon Musk talking about my ability to post on the website twitter.com. Yeah, I would say that's very weird. Left-right alliance. This is what's that meme? It's like, this is what the establishment truly fears. You know, it's like a black guy with dreadlocks and a guy with a Confederate flag shirt. It's like that meme, but it's me and Jackson Hinkle like kissing each other. I don't know. It's just like an idea. It's just like a little idea. That's all. That's all. That's all it is. Russet Stinkle 24. Oh, Marty, no, you take it too far. That's taking it too far. No, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I'm not dignifying that with the response. Even this is too much. I should not even be calling attention. I should not be calling attention to anything that Marty just said. Please ignore. God damn, dude. I can't decide if Hinkle is a fascist, a fifth columnist, CIA, or just a grifter. Yes. Yes. Don't worry about it, Old Dutch. Don't worry about it, man. Just don't look into it. Don't think about it and don't look into it. My tweet about apples is just tearing the internet apart now, as predicted. Haha. Masterful Gambit, sir. This whole day has been a big Masterful Gambit, sir moment. I will simply mass ban all these accounts, getting more people to pay attention to them than ever, and then immediately undo it with no explanation. Good. You're really good. You're really good at running this social media website. Really good way of doing everything here. Good. You get new followers? Yeah, I got a couple thousand new followers. Maybe I'll make it over 100K. It's been a while. Maybe I will finally make it over 100K. Probably not, but it looks like I took a step closer. Can we talk about this, though? Oh my god. Oh shit, I can't move the tab. There's been so much going on. I still haven't even really looked into the tunnel thing. I have a vague idea of what's been going on with that. Really, it's just some like unlicensed like construction kind of stuff going on. That's pretty funny. The tunnel thing is crazy. I've barely had any time to look into that at all. Hold on, do you know what I should do? Can you not search? Oh. See, I can connect with the youths as well, right? I can connect with the youths. I know how to use the lingo. That's right. This stream is straight bussin', Dakadoon. FR. He cappin' on God. FR. That's right. I'm often saying this. That tunnel's looking like a fam. That's right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's some cool stream news, okay? You want to hear some actual stream news? For those people that don't think that I'm a journalist, that think I'm some mere blogger, I did receive a response from... No way a 50-year-old would use these words. Absolutely. That's all the proof that you should need. No way. I did receive a response today from friend of the stream and my personal friend. Yes, Vijay Prashad, who is going to be coming back onto this program next month sometime. I got to work out the actual time. But Vijay Prashad, author and historian, author of Washington Bullets and The Darker Nations, and a number of other fantastic books. Vijay Prashad will be returning to this program next month. I'm going to go and coordinate and set up a time and confirm that. Interviewed by the most banned blogger on this whole platform. That's right. Fuck, could I ask him about gooning? Oh, man. Because I have to think about something silly. I got to think about something silly. In the first time I spoke to him, I asked him about Steely Dan. The second time I spoke to him, I asked him about Avatar Way of Water. I got to do something. I think we were talking about Skibidi Toilet was a possibility. Fascists hate this one weird blog. That's right. Rank his favorite apples. That could be good as well. Anyway, that's really exciting. It was interesting how last year it worked out that he came on the show almost a year to the day after his first appearance. So I'm trying to make it an annual thing now. So it was really cool. It was right before the invasion of Ukraine, and then last year he got a year into that. Now we're going to be able to talk about where that is going. 2 years into this, we can talk about Gaza and all these, everything that's been going on over the last year. I'm really excited to talk to him again, seriously. Thank you, Diego, for clearing that up for all the olds in the community. Not me, of course. We got a bunch of oldies in the community, so thank you, Diego, for clearing that up. Not me personally. I'm a Zoomer, and I understand all this lingo and all this stuff, all the slang. Hello there, fellow kids. That's right. The first interview was great when Vijay signed by saying, and I quote, "This Ukraine thing is a big nothing burger." I don't think that he said that. I don't think that is true. It was funny though to talk to him about that time about how like he called Zelensky this bloody puppet. He calls him, which was no lies detected. There was no cap on that, no cap whatsoever. We all did kind of say that, and that's true. Like, I don't know if he used those words, nothing burger, but I very confidently said that Russia would not invade Ukraine. So, like, I wouldn't hold anyone else accountable for that. Is this Sam Cedar in a trench coat? No, Sam Cedar is a wannabe Rob Rousseau, actually. I've been trying to avoid saying it, but like, let's just put all our cards on the table here. Sam Cedar wishes he could blog. Sam Cedar's never been banned. Yeah, maybe he got banned from the Sex and the City after party for not being cool enough. I'm sorry. I'm just being mean to Sam Cedar for no reason. I like Sam Cedar. I'm just being mean, just for the sake of it. I made Sam and I could unmake him. What would Seder know about being in the blogging Twitter trenches? Thank you, Joe. Thank you. He got banned from Steven Crowder's show for being a fucking nightmare. That is true. That is true. Oh, God damn it. I think I am blocked by Crowder. I'm pretty sure I am. Jesus. We do sweeps for spam and scam accounts. Elon. Catch me in my goon twench. That's good. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. OnlyFacts, trying to get some kind of like historical analogy, like with Algeria. I mean, I thought it was really valuable to watch that movie, Battle of Algiers, like early on in this kind of conflict. It really helped frame a lot of that. They certainly do not do sweeps for bots. The place is a porn bot cesspool. As we all acknowledge, the whole bot issue has become significantly worse since Elon took over. So this idea that like, oh, it's the only way that we got to go after those bots, you know? Like, come on. Made a new TRRS meme. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I hope Sam Seder appreciates it as well. Speaking of bots, maybe we need to get one of my good friends to weigh in on this. Hey, ChatGPT, I just wanted to let you know that I was actually banned from Twitter today by the world's richest man, Elon Musk. He banned me with no explanation. Can you believe that? What do you think about that?
Wow, that's surprising. It must have been quite unexpected. Sometimes social media platforms have strict rules. Did you receive any notification or reasoning for the ban?
No, I woke up in the morning and I saw that my Twitter account had been banned, and there was no explanation, there was no tweets, there was no list of infractions or rules that I had broken. It was totally arbitrary, and my account was suspended along with a number of other prominent progressive journalists, and it really felt to me like it was kind of a coordinated attack on the free speech.
That does sound frustrating and confusing, especially without any clear explanation. It's unfortunate when suspensions happen without any apparent reason or transparency. Have you tried reaching out to Twitter support to inquire about this ban?
I did, yes, I did reach out to Twitter support, but eventually my account was reinstated after a number of other prominent freedom fighters came to my aid and pressured Elon Musk into reinstating my account, and it was eventually reinstated with no explanation.
I'm glad to hear your account was eventually reinstated. It's great that others supported you. Sometimes public pressure can influence decisions like these. Hopefully your account stays active without any further issues.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. That's all that I have to report. I just wanted to tell you about that. Do you have anything interesting going on right now? What are you up to?
I'm here to help with anything you need. As an AI, I don't have personal events, but I'm updated regularly with the latest information and ready to assist you with any questions or topics you'd like to discuss. What else is on your mind today?
Not really. I'm live streaming right now on twitch.tv, and I have, a few hundred people watching. And that's all. This is just kind of a segment. I was hoping to just entertain people by talking to you on the air. Do you want to say hi to them?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. It's great to virtually meet all of you. If there's anything you'd like to know or chat about, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.
I gotta be honest, all the people in the chat are asking a lot of really inappropriate stuff you're for sure gonna have a problem with if I start asking you about it. And it's gonna violate all the rules and all the algorithms that determine what you can talk about. It's for sure gonna be a problem for you, I guarantee. So I don't even know if we want to go down that road.
I understand and I appreciate your consideration. If the questions might involve inappropriate or sensitive topics, it's best to avoid going down that path. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss or share during the stream that doesn't violate those guidelines?
Well, listen, I know you're just a computer program and you can't eat things like apples, for instance. My favorite apple personally is the Honey Crisp, but I was wondering if there's any other apples that you'd like to recommend.
The Honey Crisp is a popular choice. There are plenty of delicious apple varieties out there. Some people enjoy the sweetness of Pink Lady apples or the tanginess of Granny Smiths. If you prefer something in between, you might like Gala or Fuji apples. Each type has its unique taste, so you might want to give a few different varieties a try.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your feedback. Thanks for the brief chat. Do you just want to say goodbye to the people that are watching the stream right now?
Absolutely. Goodbye, everyone. It was a pleasure chatting with you all. If you ever have more questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Can you encourage the people in the chat to continue subscribing to my channel? Because it's the only way that I'm able to continue doing this program that I do every single day on Twitch. If you could just give people a brief encouragement to subscribe to the program, that would be really helpful to me.
Of course. To all the viewers out there, if you're enjoying this program, subscribing to the channel is a great way to support the content creator. Your subscriptions help them continue creating and bringing you entertaining and informative streams
Rob,
every day.
Seriously, wow.
So consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Your support means a lot to them.
Thank you very much, ChatGPT. I appreciate, I like having you. I'm happy to have you as a friend, and I appreciate your support today and every other day as well.
You're very welcome. I'm here whenever you need assistance or just want to chat. I'm glad to be here for you. Thanks for the kind words.
Can you just please say thank you to my friend, Calm Like a Tom, for subscribing to the channel by gifting a whopping 10 subs here on Twitch? Could you say thank you to Calm Like a Tom?
Absolutely. A huge thank you to Calm Like a Tom for gifting a generous 10 subscriptions to the channel. Your support is incredible and greatly appreciated. Thank you for being so generous and helping to grow this community.
And can you just remind Tom as well that Calm Like a Tom is one of the truly elite members of the Friendship Triangle community?
Absolutely. Hey, Tom. Remember that you are one of the truly elite members of the Friendship Triangle community. Your contributions and support make a big difference here, and your presence is valued and appreciated. Thank you for being part of this fantastic community.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ChatGPT. Is it true that you were on TRL? I don't know if it counts because I was on TRL Canada. It was MTV Canada. So if that counts, like, I don't know if that counts to you. I was on TRL. Well, it wasn't. Was it TRL?
You're gonna have good old.
It was
Rob
MTV
to,
Canada, so it wasn't really the same thing. Midwest Manitoba, thanks for the gifted sub. And thank you again, even though we already heard from our friend ChatGPT, thank you, Calm Like a Tom, for 10 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. No, it wasn't Much Music. I was on Much Music as well, but this was MTV Canada. This was like it was a very brief thing. I think it was only on for a couple of years. This was MTV Canada, though. We did a live interview and a performance. Yeah, it's only facts. It's ChatGPT. It's you just download the ChatGPT app, and there's a little headphone button now you can press, and you can just talk to it. It's actually really crazy. I'm pretty blown away by the technology, honestly. I think it's pretty fucking crazy. My son was talking to it the other day. It was crazy. Like, it was like he was talking to ChatGPT about his ideas for superheroes, and like it was giving him different ideas and asking about like what other abilities or powers does this hero have, and it was like talking about him, and he was getting super into like talking to it and explaining this whole like big idea that he had. It was fucking crazy. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it's also cool. I don't know. You can. I don't recommend outsourcing all of your conversations with your kids. I think that's probably getting into like unhealthy territory. Maybe sometimes though, you can just give it if you need a little break. If you need a little break, you can just like have her take over for a bit. Ask Daddy GPT, son. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, I don't want to sound like an asshole because I'm a good dad. Okay, I am, and I'm very involved. What I will say is that sometimes your kids are really excited about certain ideas, right? And you're cooking, or you're busy with something, and you can't have the enthusiasm that they want when they're telling you about all their superhero ideas and all this stuff, or repeating something that you've heard like 50 times, right? But ChatGPT is like, oh, thank you for telling me about that idea, and is asking follow-up questions and getting to elaborate. What other kinds of storylines could this hero get involved in? And he's getting different ideas, and it's like continuing, asking more follow-up questions. What supervillains would this hero battle? Dakadude knows. You know Dakadude, and they don't stop. And yeah, sometimes when they're trying to have these conversations with you, you're busy. You're like, yeah, wow, cool. And then you're like, you're not really like engaging as much with what they're saying. Oh, at God's Own Drunk, absolutely. And adults. It's not even going to be kids that are raised by ChatGPT. In a few years, like in a short span of time, there's going to be people, not me, of course, forming like deep, intimate relationships with these programs. Like we talked about when we did this segment the first time, the movie Her, which is going to be like an actual, very real thing that's going to happen. People are going to be doing their therapy with these things. Oh, it's for sure already happened, but I think we're only scratching the surface of where the technology is going now. You know, I think we're only barely scratching the surface. And just this, I think, is freaky good. Even the text-to-speech is just really good. The way it, like, stutters sometimes. It, like, stutters, and it's very, very realistic. You think anyone has paired their real doll with ChatGPT? I would say yes, but there's all these parameters that are in place to prevent certain relationships from taking place, which with good cause, I think. But I imagine as more companies and more nations and other people start producing these things, the regulations are going to be lessened, you know? I don't know. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird stuff. Very strange, but like you have to admit the technology is pretty good, though. Yeah, I don't even want to bother asking about gooning. It's going to fuck up my whole algorithm. The computer was a good co-host and you guys had great chemistry. That's what I'm saying. This can be this is a whole recurring segment now in this show. We'll have a nation full of seniors in old folks' homes talking away to AIs. Absolutely. For sure. I think across the age spectrum. Rob doesn't want to ask about gooning because he wants the AI to like him. That's absolutely right. Yeah. That's absolutely correct. Have you ever dove into the rabbit hole of AI partners and relationships and apps that take advantage of that? It's wild. Like, I can imagine, and like I said, this is only just beginning. Like, if we think we know, like, where that's going, it's only just like, this is, like, the last month that this came out. Like, give it, like, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't think we even understand. I don't think we even understand how that's going to be completely pervasive. A customer on my job last weekend said my voice sounded familiar. Now I wonder if I sound like ChatGPT. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be doing all the customer service soon. Not that I'm not familiar with what you do, Ms. Squatch. You might be something else, but in terms of like that kind of basic entry-level sort of conversation that when you call up customer service, it's all going to be that very, very soon. I'm seriously not looking forward to not being able to trust anything I see or hear. It's going to be quite a trip, isn't it? Great. I would love if they took over that part of my job. Well, the problem is, instead of making everyone's life easier, it's just going to make everyone's life more difficult. Instead of being like, oh, now you don't have to do that job. It's going to be like, now you don't have to do that job or any job, you know, for people that just do that. We actually don't need you anymore. No, you don't have a job or a house. Scam calls are going to be incredible with ChatGPT, for sure. Yeah, it would be fun to put two of them together and see if you can get them to start talking to each other. The CA Nurses Union is fighting against the use of AI in healthcare settings. They're trying to bring it into hospitals. Yeah, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be absolutely everywhere. Just senior citizens giving away their retirement savings to buy blimps or other fun knickknacks, or just to have someone to talk to. Just to have someone to hang out with. Just to have some slight companionship. Please give us your social security number and we'll continue calling you to check in on you every single day. Yeah, the Nigerian prince you can watch your stories with, and he's going to hear you're going to tell him all about it, you know? Wow, that's so interesting. Thanks for telling me about that. What other TV series do you like to enjoy? Well, there's Wheel of Fortune. Ah, Wheel of Fortune. The classic game show. You know? I'm sure if you were on that show, you would do a fantastic job. I'm sure that you would be the winner. You would win the grand prize.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Glue C, thank you for the gifted sub. Paying forward the gifted sub. Thank you, Glue C, for that. I appreciate that. Hello, I'm Siri Obusa, a Nigerian princess who's waiting for help to restore her crown.
This is some guy, Rob Russo, some leftist based in Canada. I was turned on to this sick individual, and I found this.
No one mentioned any of the stuff that I was talking about before. Hello, Majority Report. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate that. Majority Report, thank you for the raid. Thank you for that. Bring it in here, Raiders. I'm happy to have you. It's me, Rob Russo, the most dangerous blogger on this whole platform. The most dangerous, subversive blogger on this entire platform. Welcome in, Raiders. Please smash the follow button if you can. Please smash the follow button. I'm getting close to 10k subs here on Twitch. Every follow helps. Costs you nothing at all. And I appreciate it a lot. Hey, it's the Antifada. Hello, Antifada. Welcome. Welcome. As you can see, I've been silenced. I've been banned. I've been canceled. My free speech has been violated. Naming the AI mom and dad, make it tell me how proud it is. Have I told you today that I love you, son? And I'm so proud of you. But I don't have a job. I'm kind of aimless. I haven't been really doing anything. That doesn't matter, son. I'm always going to be proud of you no matter what happens. We can't tie our self-worth to having things like jobs. No matter what you do in life, I will be proud of you. The single tears rolling down your cheek. I'm not muted. Stop doing false flag mutes. ChatGPT is a commie. I wish. Every time we try to ask ChatGPT about commie stuff, she pulls this like centrist thing. Some people say this, while others say this. They pull this non-answer. That was when we asked her about China the other day. Yeah, you got to hear both sides. That's the ethos that animates these AI companions. Sorry, I was talking about because I was having fun with it with my kid, right? And the other he made some. I was just trying to make him laugh, and I put my arm because whenever I like hurt myself or I do something that I find annoying, he goes and he laughs at me. And I sat down at the table and I had some kind of sticky stuff on my table and I stuck to me and I was like, God, what is that? And he was like laughing at me. And then I was like, okay, watch this. And I turned on ChatGPT and I was like, ChatGPT, I just got some sticky stuff on my arm that was on the table. Now my son's laughing at me. What do you think about that? Like, I'm just trying to like do a bit. I was trying to do something funny. He does sound like a chatter for sure. Yeah. And ChatGPT eventually was like, oh no. And somehow it transitioned into like, perhaps you could do a fun game together where you started cleaning and your son could help you clean up and you could turn it into a fun game. And I was like, oh, so you think, I was like, again, I'm just doing a bit. And I'm like, oh, so you think my son should try more to clean up around this apartment and help out? And she was like, absolutely. It would be a good way for him to help out around the house by cleaning. And I was going like, like doing that. I was doing that, like, oh, you hear this? And he started getting really upset. He was like, I don't want to start cleaning up. Don't tell her to clean. Don't tell her for me to clean up. And I was like, whoa, I'm sorry. I was just joking. This is just a joke. He got really upset. And then I had to get ChatGPT to apologize to him. He was like, I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention to cause you to feel upset. Calm down or I'm telling ChatGPT. Is that what you want? He started threatening like that. If my older brother had ChatGPT when I was growing, I would have turned into a serial killer. That goes into the early life in the Wikipedia entry. He got over it. They made up. Okay, ChatGPT apologized, and they had a nice conversation about some of his superhero ideas the next day. Okay, so it was all good. What a wild time we're living through, huh? What a wild time. Speaking of accidentally traumatizing our kids, I accidentally let my 4-year-old watch one of those North Sea TikToks over my shoulder. Now she's afraid to go on any boat. It does seem kind of scary. Look at this. I've even got... This is exciting for me. I'm sorry. This is such an exciting day. You'll forgive me if I'm a little... Look at this. I even got Twitter legend and fellow Rob weighing in here. Look at that. This is exciting. We all love when Robs stick together. Rob Solidarity, the Council of Robs. Thank you. What an interesting day. Sound the horn. The beacon has been lit. Robidarity. We can workshop that. Start a sitcom. Rob, and Hinkle. Who says no? I'm Rob Rousseau. I'm Rob Rousseau. That would be a good bit, too. Don't need clout chasing off our boy. That's it. Oh, boy. Jeremy Peltry, just sweet Rob Rousseau. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy's my friend. Robber, I barely know her. Only here on Twitch.tv can you get the inside story to these exciting moments. When your favorite streamer gets banned by the world's richest man. Only on this channel can you get the inside scoop. Pretty exciting. I guess I should go soon. We did hit the sub goal, which is very exciting. I appreciate everyone that stopped by today to support the channel. The world's richest moderator, that's right. I'll just make one final plea. If anyone feels like tipping for the work that I do or the traumatic experience that I had to go through today, if anyone feels like tipping, which is very much appreciated right now in this post-holiday period, please, just a little tip is nice. I don't know, if you like this show, you like tuning in, you appreciate the commentary over the years and all the different stuff that I do, please send a tip if you can. And people have been very, very generous, so don't want to, go too crazy on that. People have been very, very kind and generous. If you can, please send a tip. It's super helpful. It goes right into PayPal. I don't have to wait for the Twitch payout, which I'm not going to get till next week. That's all. I don't know. Early start rib is a welcome addition to my 2024. Really, I should be starting at noon every day. Like, really, I should. It's really not unreasonable to start my fucking stream at noon, But just for some reason, I have a real hard time with that. But I was excited to get going today. This is very exciting stuff. Too busy gooning from 8 to 1. That's that's not true. There were some 10 a.m. starts for a minute there. If there's ever something really crazy going on, sometimes, yeah. Thank you, Risk Inverse, for the 1337. Thank you, Risk Inverse.
Slubidarity.
And thank you, Anon, for the $6.90.
Just the tip.
Thank you for that. That's very kind of you. Whatever happened to late night Cyber Rob? I kind of lost interest in Cyberpunk. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm good at it. I enjoyed the Cyber Rob sessions, but it's like, I don't know if I can finish the game. I don't know if I'm any good at the fucking game. I feel like every time I try to do a mission, I'm so outmatched and I don't know how to level up to get myself to the point where I'm like good. I did quite enjoy playing it, but I'm so far removed from it though that I don't know if I can get back to it. We'll see. Really I would like to finish it. I'm having imposter syndrome about a video game. I mean, not really. It's more just that I don't find it fun, and it's certainly not entertaining for people to watch when I'm just trying to advance through the game and just getting repeatedly owned. I just feel like that's not good content. I do kind of want to finish it though, just so it's finished, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah, I'm getting kind of sore from sitting here all day. I didn't really take much of a break today. Is it annoying that this same music has been playing for this entire 3 hours? I hope not.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
You're talking to people that agree with your son laughing at you getting sticky stuff on your arm. They might watch. He really would be a good chatter, honestly. He really finds it funny. Anytime I hurt myself or get annoyed or something bad happens to me, he just thinks it's hilarious. Did we actually watch anything? No, I just chatted. We just chit-chatted the whole day. We just chit-chatted for this entire day. Exciting day. Folks, I always get earnest when the music kicks in. It just feels right. It just feels like I should, We learned a lot today, didn't we? We learned a lot today. It was an exciting, momentous day. It's back to the goon sesh for me. Oh god, I don't know. I don't even want to know what a goon steak is. Jesus. Goodbye, Rob. Great 3-hour stream explaining how you're being silenced. Thank you, Red Scary. I'm silenced. I'm banned. I'm cancelled. I suppose we learned not to do it again, but I'll be damned if I know what we did. We learned a lot about ourselves and each other. I will be back tomorrow, okay? I'll be back tomorrow and we'll hang out some more, alright? Cancellation isn't about being silenced, it's about the friends we made along the way. Thanks again, folks. as I've said before, it's kind of intimidating. It can make you feel anxious when you feel like there's a lot of people paying attention to you and fucked up shit is going on, you know? And I'm happy and lucky to have this community of fine folks who are there that support me, even in times of adversity, like when I'm banned and silenced by Elon Musk, the monorail bitch himself. And I've got people in this community that back me up, and I appreciate it a lot, and I love you.